welcome to the streaming ones. We're here with dev stream number 7, and they fear nothing. And who fears nothing but the one and only, the streaming ones.
Yay!
You've successfully cast the ritual to summon us,
What'd you roll?
but you've failed your sanity check, so
Gosh,
act accordingly.
We just started. I'm already super confused about what's happening.
I'm
It's
excited.
awesome.
We're rolling dice, and we just started. That's great.
They failed their sanity check.
All right. Hey guys, I'm Romain Miel. I'm the lead designer of The Secret World.
I'm Joshua Deitch. I'm the lead writer of this Secret World. And today we're taking you into a place that freaked me out to research.
You're easily freaked out, don't you?
What?
Yeah, I say hello in the morning and you jump like a schoolgirl.
No, I pounce.
You
I
pounce,
pounce
yeah.
like a puma.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna have a look at the Fear Nothing Foundation today. We wanted to go back to that particular mission, tell you about some of the things that happened while we were designing the place, some of the difficulties in actually getting that mission through. We're really happy with the results, but it's a mission that has been very difficult to implement for many reasons. So I'm going to go through them and give you some insight in how we managed to survive and actually make it happen. And hopefully you'll find this interesting. And then at the end of the stream, I have a couple of teases I'd like to do, a few more reveals about some things to come. So stay tuned. And as usual, we're gonna have some prizes.
We have prizes,
Woo-hoo.
as usual. We definitely have prizes. We have 600 bonus points and 1,200 bonus points to give away throughout the show, so stay tuned for that. I'll let you know how to enter when we come to those. And I'm excited that you have some teasing to do. You're on the
Tilteasing.
Tilties.
I like
So
teasing.
we can't have a streaming ones without you teasing us with
No,
something.
Nope.
it's my thing. I wanted to have one thing, so this is
At
my
least-
thing.
at least-
That's your thing.
I have one thing.
And sausage.
Yay.
And sausage.
No,
You
it's
gotta
too early. It's 3 minutes into the stream. Come on.
Well, I wanted to give them sausage first so we get to the noise later.
I'll get you back.
And then the rock picture. There's more now than ever before. We have to work them in.
It's all your fault, people. It's like, what are you doing to me? Now I understand why
Well,
Marion Cotillard, this is what she said when she got an Oscar. What are you doing to me?
Is it so bad?
This is what you guys are.
Yeah, you love it. You love it. You go home, you listen to the scared noise, like, yeah.
I go home and cry. It's like-
One day I'll show that video. One day, there's a video.
Anyway,
This sounds explicit.
let's move on with the game.
All right, to the serious matter of the game.
Let's see, as usual, so I dressed our little streamer today appropriately. Since we're in Kaden, he went for the typical Japanese suits. Looking good with his little cap, because we're going into a youth hostel place. So, makes
Youth
sense.
group, yeah. So it should be fun. Happy
It sounds happy.
youth
All right, well-
group, games, excitement, camaraderie.
Let's start with the cutscene. Actually, this is probably one of my favorite cutscenes in the game. I think it's a fairly long one. It's probably one of the longest that we have, but I think the tension in it and stuff is probably one of the best.
Pick up the lore.
What lore?
Just pick up the lore.
Do it. Do it.
I see no lore. There's no lore on my screen, guys.
Okay,
It's All right, let's see what Damon has to say this time.
All right.
So a very interesting fact actually about this this cutscene. Oh, once again, there's no subtitles. I forget every time.
Wah, wah.
But one of the interesting facts actually about this cutscene where we're making it, before we made Yamato, the other characters were actually used Damon's character to play the other character. So he made for a very, very strange cutscene to watch, because it was like Damon arguing with himself. And yeah, that was pretty cool to see Damon like pulling a gun on himself, and it added to the whole madness of it. It was pretty cool.
So should have sound.
That's the spoiler. This whole game is actually just a hallucination of Damon's.
No, he's a great character. It's very interesting to see his reaction to, it's obviously not the first time someone pulls off a gun on him and no reaction. So what were you?
Sushi.
Yeah.
This shows my love of sushi. So if I was
I
to get into a duel to the death with someone, I'd want it to be over sushi.
Yeah. Was it? That was your idea, right? To do the sushi roulette.
This is when this is before I knew that like me just saying a character does this has real consequences. They're like, we got to animate that, Josh. We got to do this and this and this. I'm like, oh, this is when I first realized the gravity of just writing a simple stage direction, and I was like,
that's right.
Because this was a hard one to do. Characters holding things, especially characters passing off things. There's tricks to get around that, but it's difficult. It's time consuming.
On the cutscene, this is some of the most expensive thing you can do, having objects going from like what we call tractors, something that goes, and then handing it over, making it seamlessly go from one animation to another character's animation. So yeah, we the cutscene was cool. Someone we read it and everything was like, okay, we need to try and make this happen. And I was Petter in Oslo that handled all this with Stian as an animator. And they did a fantastic job. I think it's a very cool looking cutscene. There's a lot of tension.
And I learned that there are tricks that you can do to get around some of the more expensive things. Like if you want a character to put something down, that could be expensive depending on what the object's like. Something in a hand, but you could do a close up of a face. You have the sound of it clinking below, and that tells the story. And those are the things I got to learn while I was interacting more with the cutscene people.
It's a trick which is used in a lot of games. Yeah, they are.
It's so great.
I wanted to make the most tension-filled sushi eating session ever.
Sushi's never been this stressful before.
No, this is how I eat
I
sushi
think this is where some of the influence of the Hellsing anime came in, as far as Alucard, that character in that had a little bit of influence on Diamond's character, along with other people.
Oh, really?
But the whole idea that like something that might kill him is exciting him, and he's having fun. He doesn't understand why the other person isn't having as much fun as him. Like it's partially an act to get the guy scared, but I think it's also genuine with Diamond. Like he's like, this is awesome.
I think so. It shows at the very end of the cutscene as well. Like, he's like even forgot about the danger.
Yeah. Well, the question is he forgetting about the danger? Was it a ruse?
I don't think so.
Well, it's great people to discuss it, and I won't say because Diamond didn't tell me. I don't know.
Oh, it's up to It's one of his open ending, but I think it's interesting to have him really going with braving the danger and going with the whole.
Does he not
believing
care?
In chaos?
Is he as invulnerable as he seems to pretend to be? Is he just being tricksy with it, or is he just being fucking lucky?
I think it's a whole. Yeah, I think it makes more sense with him being lucky, like the whole believing in chaos and like the whole.
That's true.
Dragon motto. But to go back on what Josh was saying like a second ago, it's actually something you'll notice in a lot of other video games. Like it's very common that when a character is gonna hand you something, or you're gonna hear a sound of it, but you never see it happening, and it's just because it's so much simpler and it's very, very difficult to make all these hand-ins. Or the same as you'll notice it in the Love Hotel when Kaoru is handing you the key, instead of actually handing it to the character, she pushes it on the table type of thing, but her hand is over it, and you assume a lot of things happening when they're actually not there, and it makes little tricks that are worth noticing when you design things this way, to find shortcuts that still and let the player imagine what is actually happening.
It's an implied action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, an audience member's brain will invent stuff if you put in the things around it. So if you put point A and point C, they'll fill in point B.
So him speaking about drinking from the same cup.
Mm-hmm.
Like mind blown, apparently. So you want to?
I think I dump out all my mental files after I finish a project. I think that was it was partially based on I might have come across some kind of Japanese phrase, but I also used there's a There's some 20 slang that's kind of like that,
Oh,
but
I
it doesn't
see.
use the word
Oh.
cup. And
Okay.
cup has some other connotations, like we drink from a cup and this and that. But there's a 20 slang that was something else. It might have been the bottle or something like that, where it means like, we used to be friends, or we used to
Oh,
be
I see. Oh.
used to be
Or cohorts.
cohorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Diamond obviously uses a lot of 20 slang, but he also tweaks it too. Like it's not like he was just time traveled from that point.
All right.
He
Well,
messes
let's-
with it.
Let's have a look at this pachinko machine. So Damon has
Right.
a pachinko machine which is in his room only. It's obviously there's something a bit more mysterious about it than the
Something
ones
special.
always available to everyone. Using it gives a little pachinko animation. Actually, this makes me want to go to Japan because I think I'd spend
This
a lot on this.
this makes me want to like up the merchandising level and budget. Like we actually sell Diamond magical pachinko
Sure.
machines. That'd be so awesome.
Soon.
Soon.
All right,
I'm gonna be in
so
charge of merchandising. Is what I'm saying.
let's see what we've got. So we've got our pachinko balls, and then some of them actually happen to have some writing on it, like spelling out a number 0120993546. Sounds like a phone number to me, but I don't know. Could it be? Ooh. Oh, Laura, look at that. Let me pick it up. Psych.
Oh my gosh. Internet, punish him more for this.
I have the power. So where we are 0120993546, and let's go.
For some
It's
of you who never
ringing.
saw, this is a non-mobile phone.
This is normal.
People once upon a time used. Some people still use on occasion.
For you, yeah. Youngsters listening, you have no idea what this is. Probably the hardest part of the mission is I don't know where the phone
What
is.
is that?
It's in your pocket.
It looks like a bloated phone. Couldn't be like.
In my days.
How would that go in your pocket? And there's physical buttons.
I know. So strange. In any case, so we called that number and we ended up on the answering machine from the Fear Nothing Foundation.
Yay!
I see Laurie chuckling out there. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Any
It's
good
kind of-
comments, questions?
It's the lore.
My
I love
my
this.
my
I'm
people.
enjoying this so
I'm
much.
gonna have to bring like a giant yellow Nerf bat, I think, and just smack him every time he ignores it.
I think we just need to leave foam Nerf
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
lore icons
Are you
around his desk.
colorblind to yellow?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Must be
Okay.
it.
Okay.
What do we got here? We got a phone book.
All right, so we got a phone book. Like, obviously we got the numbers. We know about Fear Nothing. So with the phone book, we can find out the address. We decided to be nice in case you guys don't are not really up to par with your kanji reading. So
Shame on
we
you.
gave you the address. But really, it's a must. If you're going to travel to Kaden, you should really practice on your Japanese.
I want to go to Caden.
Me too.
Field trip.
Field trip.
Field trip.
Yay.
That would also be in my marketing budget.
No,
we would
it's
build
not.
Caden. It would be a TSW theme park.
We'll send you to Antarctica.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
Oh, evil penguins.
All right.
Sushi's big fresh then.
Well, so let's move on. So we got an address.
We got an
now,
address.
Fear Nothing.
Fear Nothing Foundation.
Don't know much about it, but we're gonna go there. I could actually look at my map to see where it's at. Which is where it is on Main Street, as the address said. Luckily, it's not too far from this from Damon's office. Imagine.
Their bodies fall.
Those silly, filthy NPCs jumping off bridge. Alright, so here we go.
Nothing.
Fear Nothing.
And if we had been playing through Tokyo to this point, we might have seen some billboards and things.
Yeah.
Fear Nothing. Little hints at this
People
place
were noticing
exists.
the mascots and everything. And actually, I had. I'm gonna zone there. And while we're zoning, I wanted to show you some of the old concept that we did actually for the logo of Fear Nothing, what we wanted to do. So let's have a look. There you are. So this is actually the very first iteration when we started talking about Fear Nothing. We needed a logo. Obviously, it was very important, and so we had our concept artist just going with a few like very, very simple sketch as to what we could do. Did we want to do something like, you know, more on the scary side, something welcoming, etc. So these are some of the early concepts that we got, and then we liked number 6. I think was the one that really got our attention. It had like a very nice font to it, easy to read. We liked the idea of the sun, and then we decided to use that logo. Like, you know, we went with the idea of making logo to be very friendly, very open, a lot rounder. To use colors, we decided to go with like orange and blue to see how it would feel. And then we got a second set of concept. Like, you know, there was a few steps in between, but this is one of the last concept that we got, seeing how the logo would work with both the kanji version and with the English version. And you'll probably recognize in there the logo that we actually went with at the end, which is number 2. You can see they're very similar. Like as I was saying, we went through several iterations up until then. And yeah, we decided to go with number 2. Like, there was something a little bit warmer than the first one. And then so we ended up with the concept that you guys know, which is the current Fear Nothing sign. And then, you know, moving on from there, we wanted to add extra things, so we decided to go with the little girl and the rabbit as kind of the friendly mascot. So, you know, we added this, and something that would make really something that we think that youth would be very appeal to, particularly Japanese youth. You know, if you would see posters like this in the street, if you don't know where to go, it might be something that might catch your eye, and then say, oh, I definitely want to go there. It sounds like, you know, a fun place. And that's definitely
friendly was the way to go.
Yeah,
the logo, yeah,
very, very important.
It makes the rest better.
Mm-hmm. So here we are. So we finally entered. You can recognize all those signs that we just talked about. That mascot everywhere. It looks a little bit darker, so it's suddenly a lot less welcoming than what you might imagine when you go into this Fear Nothing. So obviously, from a first impression, it's like something went terribly wrong.
Mm-hmm. No, I like that. The red off the other colors is kind of, it's like nauseating, disturbing, kind of like, oh, something's wrong. Oh, there's lore there.
So let's stand here where there's absolutely nothing next to me to click, sadly. But there's
he wants to help us
a welcoming video.
Yeah, he wants to help us unleash our potential. He's all friendly. Yay, logos and cartoon characters.
So here, that was very important for us to have like this kind of video and going into something which should be very welcoming, like, you know, under certain circumstances. But if you play this in something dark when you don't know what's happening, it actually adds a lot of a creepier effect. And so really, like, the direction for this whole instance was really to try and maximize that, you know, that creep factor, like the horror factor of TSW, what we do. You know, how can we make something friendly and cheerful and colorful and turn it into something unsettling.
Well, even the way that face moved is kind of, it's a more photorealistic face, and it's not moving fully framed. It's kind of, there's something unnerving about that to me anyway. He looks kind of like demonic Max Headroom, which is a really old reference.
So one question I got about, do the mascots have names for the foundation?
I think they do. Internally, I can't remember them right now. We did name them, but I don't think we used them for anything extra, so eventually sort of fell off. We tend to name everything. We tend to have a backstory on everything, like, you know, and but I can't remember what they are.
But it doesn't necessarily always come, I mean, it's good to have background and everything, but like the names didn't come up in the writing I did.
It helps, like, concept artists, like, to a maximum if you give them like a fully
it's a quick
fleshed out character.
Tell them what you want isn't a name sometimes.
In any case, so we do arrive in this zone, and we have a very, very dark, Fear Nothing section.
Quiet and empty.
very eerily empty.
It looks like fun was had here. I mean, there's
And I'm actually
games, tables.
I'm going to talk about this now, like the side mission and the importance of the side mission, because so as I was saying earlier, the Fear Nothing, we had a lot of issues with that design. It went through a lot of iterations, and every single time the problem that we had is like it didn't feel scary, it didn't feel creepy. We had everything that we'd done before. We had we had the absence of light, we had the weird noises, we had the weird events and door slamming and everything we'd done before, but for whatever reason it didn't really work. Like, it was very difficult to be attached to that youth group, what do you call it, youth foundation,
Youth group, youth
group,
foundation.
it was very difficult to get attached to it, because actually as the player you only know of it in this state, like in the creepy state.
You're just seeing the aftermath.
And it was very important. This is when we realized, like, to make people actually scared about something, realize like they need to get a glimpse of what happened before, see how how happy people were, see, like, understand some of the darkness that may be underlaying to everything which happened in there. And we wanted a way to introduce it, and this is when we sort of came up with the idea of putting those journal and those memoirs of the people that used to be in there, like, scattered throughout the level. And for something as simple as this, as simple as adding text, it really changed, like, the feeling of everybody, like, on for that location. Is like, oh wow, it used to be so happy, and then you look at it, it's like, oh, actually there's something weird going on, and finally you see something like, the aftermath of everything, and you're like, oh wow, okay, that is scary, and now I understand why this is this way, and I think this could be this person I read about, and it makes you care about it, and it's very, very crucial in horror making and making people care.
Yeah, and it was kind of an after, like, it was made, and it was like, oh, we need to see what we can do with text, which is funny because sometimes that doesn't work. Like, sometimes that's not the answer, is just to throw more text to fill in a plot gap, especially in a video game when there's other ways that you can be telling a story. You can minimize text and use it sparingly. It works in this particular case, I think, because of the type of horror, and we'll get into that as we go. But I did a lot of research for this. And so I write a lot of horror and weird fiction and stuff in games and outside, and a lot of times people will be like, well, does that freak you out, like thinking about that all the time or making it? And my answer is usually no. In fact, I hardly ever have nightmares, because I think that part of my brain at the end of the day is just exhausted. Like, I spill, that's what all I do is spill that out, which is a wonderful coping mechanism. So like my brain's like, no more nightmares. You're getting bunny rabbits. And sometimes I'll read things that are disturbing, but you get this morbid curiosity, like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that serial killer is kind of fascinating, even though it's scary. But like, so for this, what I researched several things to kind of combine to make. So Fear Nothing is a youth group offshoot of Morning Light. And what we kind of used, and Joel had some ideas that he told me about what he wanted it to be, and we kind of combined a little bit of Scientology, Sea Org, that organization, the Church of Starry Wisdom, and the Lovecraft stories, and more specifically the Heaven's Gate cult. And maybe younger players, I don't know. Back in 1997, a group of people had this cult that they'd had for a couple decades. And they all committed mass suicide trying to get to the Hale-Bopp comet, which is going by, which they were convinced was the mothership that would take them to another level of existence beyond human. And it was the freaky thing about the Heaven's Gate is that it wasn't one of the, there was no shootout with the police. There were no people trying to escape and other cultists grabbing them and doing it. Everything was done very quietly. They were all found in their beds, relatively peacefully. It was just eerie. And you can still go to the website, heavensgate.com. Like, I don't know who keeps it up, but it's still up. And what makes it even scarier is it looks like an old GeoCities type website. It looks like a website directly from 1997, and that just makes it eerier somehow. So I did a lot of research in that. Well, I'll get into that more as we go, but it's easy when you hear about something like that. The defense mechanism that you kind of go up to deal with that kind of horror is just like, oh, it's crazy cultists.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things you can read now, accounts and things that just, I don't know, just to get in that mindset of what would bring someone to that.
What
point.
happens? Yeah, and it's actually, I mean, it's definitely a website like I would recommend reading, like depending on how squeamish you are, but it's fascinating. I mean, it's you see like a lot of like in the same way that you read Voice Diary and everything you find in there. It's the same thing. You have people like, you know, giving their goodbyes and all of these messages, and it's scary to when you know it's real, because from the way it's written, you know, it's so far from the way I think at least. But it's fascinating. Like there's definitely something, and it was a very big inspiration for everybody on the team. You know, like looking into this, getting
like you can still watch the teaching videos of Marshall Applewhite. He was the cult leader, and just these long extended videos on the philosophy of the cult. And the cult's not going around going like, we're scary and this. It's like we're all happy and we want to achieve this, and it's just it's interesting and eerie. But so we have taking inspiration from that, we have a journal page. Fear nothing. That's our battle cry. I think Kinji likes me. Orientation was pretty cool. Wasn't into it at first. Mom and Dad kind of made me go. Said it would make moving to Japan easier. Meeting more people my age, I guess. I kind of zoned out when they were talking about the great message, yada, 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 yada. But then I caught Kinji looking at me. He's a Japanese guy. He's so cute. He winked and I winked. I'm crushing. The speakers at the foundation made a lot of sense. We have all these fear and anxieties that weigh us down. They trap us all. They trap all of our special potential. Sounds kind of flaky, but they made it sound good. Staying here for a month might be cool after all, but no internet yet. So I'm blogging on a notepad like a savage. I'm so retro. P.S. Note to self: Japanese people, especially females, don't seem to like to show their open mouths when they laugh. So this is first journal entry by a young girl that moved to Japan recently and has joined, or had joined the organization.
Oh, had joined.
Well, it happened in the past.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, no, it happened in the past. Every letter,
Not spoiler.
Ramon, every letter happened in the past. That's the consequence of linear time. Well, no, Ramon's right. Linear time's an illusion, guys. By the way, knowing that, you lost another point.
Dice.
You lost another point of sanity.
Oh
so.
no, it's -2.
Yeah.
-2.
You're now afraid of gloves that are yellow. Yellow gloves make you afraid.
Yellow gloves?
Yep.
I'll never get any cleaning done.
I know.
Oh.
All right, so a lot of things again about the Fear Nothing. Trying to make it as real as possible. So you have the pamphlets, that you would get in that. Really?
No.
You told me.
I know, I lied.
What?
So we have, Japanese pamphlet. Obviously, there's an English version as well lying around. It tells you a bit more about the foundation, and then a lot of extra letters. Lost letters you're going to find, so another testimony in there. So this one is in Japanese, and because we are nice people, we actually gave you the translation right underneath.
Mother and father. The counselors teach us about unity of effect. They teach focus through removal of distracting inconsistencies. Everyone wears the same uniform. When we help prepare meals, we each are instructed to make the dish in exactly the same way, the same proportions, the same cooking times. Those of us who shave must shave the same way, always up with the razor, never down. It does make me more focused during meditation. Sabrina struggles against this unity. She cannot help but be individualistic. It makes the exercises harder on her, but I find myself admiring her. We held hands today. Look forward to your letters. Your son, Kinji. Oh, so this is from Kinji's perspective.
Aww.
Do you think that means Sabrina is actually shaving down?
Hmm?
Do you think that Sabrina is actually shaving down? She's struggling against the unity.
That could possibly be inferred, but it could be any other use of unity. But one of the things in my research was finding methods that, and not just pulpy Cthulhu cultist methods of like mind control, but like just more real, down to earth, subtle ways. And one of those is getting rid of individuality in a cult. It kind of breaks down personality enough to make someone more moldable, and just little things like everyone has to do this way, and if you break from that conformity, it's frowned down upon, and that was a little hint of that. Oh, you just looked up, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll look at it later. But just moving on with the mission. So what we are finding a way to turn on the power. So luckily there's a fuse box right there. always in plain sight, always good. But one of the fuse is burnt out. So let's try to restore power in this place. Still very... And so one of the things in video games, again, you may have noticed in there very briefly a shadow just running away, giving you a hint of going up. It's all of this technique of leading players. Here, again, it's very as you can see, there's a lot of doors, a lot of things happening, and it's very easy for a player to get lost into saying, what am I supposed to do? So you have these events, and this is why you have a TV flashing over there. If you look at the TV flashing, you'll notice like a shadow against in front of it, and it's all about, trying to focus someone's attention. So I'm going to be a good person. Oh, actually, there's a...
the place I realize is all red, as if the Youth Foundation is a murder weapon, and it's still staying.
Oh, no.
So freaky. Okay, another journal entry.
Part 2.
Part 2 of the young girl that is here. Turns out no internet at all caps. I know. The counselors say that they're giving our minds a break from outside pressure, purging conditional social validation, or something like that. How do I keep in touch with anyone from here? How do I set my status? Oh, well, maybe it'll be good for me. Guess I'll just keep blogging on this book. All the kids here are real nice, at least. Everyone's totally shipping me and Kinji. Oh, the feels. His hand brushed mine today in meditation yoga class. We were all doing breathing exercises. The instructors had us visualize the far end of the universe and stars and light and eating the light, and it happened. Kinji held my hand. We didn't even open our eyes or look, just held on for the rest of class. I kind of missed the rest of what the teacher was saying. LOL, oh God, I just wrote LOL in pen. Something about opening up sleepy eyes at the end of the universe. P.S. They sure use a lot of dinner plates here in Japan. So that was hiding a few hints of morning light horror with the distraction of young girl's thought kind of cutting off before it gets too much to it.
You're right, teenage girl, surprisingly well.
My inner teenage girl is quite well developed.
You acted out real well too.
Thank you.
So we did a quick 600 bonus point raffle in the chat.
Oh.
So Wyatt Earp 89.
Congrats.
Wyatt Earp 89. Congratulations.
Congrats, Bob.
Their icon actually kind of looks like an anime you might find someone reading while they're here at the Fear They love hearing you read your things. They enjoy that.
Thank you.
I think we just need to get you on a stream one day and you can just read a book to us.
Yeah, I'll just read a book. I'll do that.
That'd be good. Next year, we need a fireplace or something, kind of
a
Christmas story.
Bring your pipe.
We could, if we bring the stuff to my new place, has 2 fireplaces.
Smoking jacket.
I'm so privileged now.
And okay, so let's see. We found that fuse, and then creepy things happen.
The dolls just moved.
The doll just moved.
You
Screen
know,
is shaking.
I know it's an old
doors
trope,
are closing.
but I just have a weakness for creepy dolls.
Yeah, I think everybody here does.
I think there are tropes and there's classics.
It's the thing that we ask during interviews. Is like, how do you feel about dolls?
How do you feel about creepy dolls?
So let's see. Put the fuse in the fuse box.
All right.
Put the rum in the coconut.
Was your Josh? Was your this is
hello.
This is a question from my
questions,
favorite.
yes.
This is a question from my favorite username, Miley Cyrus on a rhinoceros. Miley on a rhinoceros.
Right.
Bethanaris wants to know: was your obsession with swing revival the cause or the effect of your work?
Chicken or the egg.
Yeah.
It's a combination. Yeah, I got into the swing revival back in the day, and I like that music, and I like noir, I like 20s stuff, 30s stuff, and it was a combination of that and just some details I had on the character that I played with.
Huh.
And it all kind of just fit into place. So yeah, you'll see little bits of lyrics and slang and stuff that will pop in because of that.
It's a great era.
It's a fun era.
All right. Well, in the meantime, while you guys are chattering away,
you're fighting. What do we got here?
Okay, so you pick up some lore.
I angered the ghosts.
The ghosts. The level above human. That's what these are called, and it's taken pretty directly from some Heaven's Gate stuff.
Well, look at them flying off.
And that's
Tubo's
it's all
happy drawings up there.
There seems to be some silhouettes up there of some kind.
Um,
Too vague to say.
What do you do with
Too
the
vague to say.
chairs?
Whoa!
Look at that. Crazy.
That's
They might be
that is a cool weird detail actually. It's so bizarre.
So that's obviously, all of this like really to try and increase the spectral activity, which is important to that level, and getting like all these kind of weird known things that you would expect from a haunted place is kind of seeing where we can use them. So that was obviously an homage to pretty much any ghost movies out there. And let's see, so now that we have some power, we may be able to use computers.
Yay!
Woo.
Access elevator, unlock
Access
door,
elevator.
sticky note, pamphlet, daily meditation.
So let's see. Nope. So I don't have the password yet, so let's find something else.
We don't know what the password is.
I noticed that all the doors, it is not what you think. So
First floor
all the
doors
doors have been
unlocked.
unlocked. You can
Have
hear
an
this
enlightening
clicking
day.
noise. Have an enlightening day.
Oh.
And extra notes, actually. We'll just go like we've been spending some time in there, so we're just gonna start moving forward a little bit. Let's see, so more sightings, weird ghosts affecting the lights, going through walls, which is what ghosts do, just minding their own business.
What floor are we on right now?
You do find actually reading on the computer there's a hint from them that we go to the gym fairly often, so we're gonna go to the gym and see if we can find a password, just in case. So again, a room with no lore whatsoever.
No. Where did all the lore go?
No, we should put more lore in the game. What do you think?
I think we should.
Did you just
Do you guys want me to write more
walked
lore?
in?
There's nothing there, just look
There's
away.
nothing there. Okay.
I'd write more, but you're not grabbing
Okay.
it.
I'm
Look
gonna-
away.
I'm
That
gonna
hurts
sneak
me.
on your character and on the
That hurts me right in my 14-year-old girl.
It's okay.
She's weeping.
Alright, so opening all these things is not much happening right now. I got some t-shirts though. That's good. Swag in
Got some swag.
getting some Fear Nothing
Got
t-shirts.
some swag in the cheerful death cult.
Yeah. Well, Luke is unlucky finding.
I'm sure.
What's in the middle of the room?
I'm sure the thing. I'm sure the thing with the narrator and kimchi will work out really well.
This is amazing. Like this, it feeds me. Like watching Laurie cringe up there. It's great.
I see how it is.
Oh, finally something in one of his drawers.
Aha!
And you have a password 41225 on a very cute little post-it.
That's actually the true form of the dreaming one.
We said no spoilers.
Behold.
No spoilers, Josh. Let's see, so we now have a password.
Is it I hate more? What did you roll? What did you roll? You
I
can't
rolled-
roll our sanity check and not give us.
I rolled a 94%.
We're fine. I would say if it's
Yeah.
in the upper 90s.
We'll say it's fine.
We're fine.
Well, the real test is that do you remember the password?
No, I don't.
Is it sausage?
Sausage.
This is who I work with, you guys. It's just so difficult.
What is the password?
41225. Just saw it. It was right there.
I'm reading chat, not paying attention to you.
Activate the elevator. Let's do that. I wonder what elevator we're talking about. And look at that.
Oh.
Magic. So this is actually something new that we implement in there because we wanted like a way it was very important for us to allow players to go through this level and wanted to have both stairs and elevator, and elevator required a technology that we didn't quite have available, like of moving platform, something which allows to actually move the players. So we got clever again, and if you remember what I showed you with some of the teleport system that we did in the Dreamscape, in Emma's mission where you go through the endless corridors, we decided to actually reuse that technology right here in a different manner. And I'm going to show you this if I manage to click that button to call the elevator. So you can hear the elevator coming down. Ding, it's here. And I'm gonna go up.
Elevator music.
So
Laura.
elevator goes down, and I'm ready, and I'm on a different floor.
Ah,
Phone's ringing.
oh.
Gonna answer. Hello?
Hello.
No, still ringing.
Hello.
Sorry.
Ah,
Stay
with us. Creepy.
Stay with us.
So yeah, trying to that drawer down there, nothing is happening. Drawer is locked. But I wanted to show you this. So actually, let me show you how this works. We're gonna use a little bit of his GM privilege, and you'll see actually the way the world is built.
You held on to your sanity, but just barely.
The way the world is built, you will notice, like those elevators, I placed right on top of each other in the rooms, but there's no connection in between them. There's no actual elevator shaft that you'd go through. And really what is happening is, if I was to go back to the bottom floor, you will notice after as the door are closing, my character is teleported to the exact same position as at the top. So we really move only the what we call the Y coordinate, so your height coordinate, and we move you exactly to where you should be in those elevator. And then we play a lot of things to try and give the impression that you are in an elevator. So this is where your screen is going to shake. You're going to get all the sound cues are going to happen at the right time, and make the effect like fairly seamless.
Roman and all of the media is manipulating you every day. So throw off those shackles
time,
and join
this is
us
what I do.
at Fear Nothing.
So you can see it works. It works great. The illusion is pretty good, and then allows us to now have elevators in the game. Fantastic. Well, let's have a look at another
Kinji. Did I say
letter from
Kinji before? Jeez. Kinji. Mother and father, are you receiving my letters? The counselors assure me that they are being mailed. It is easy to be impatient. I am so used to the speed of emails. We not only purge ourselves of bad thoughts, but physical impurities as well. We drink a mixture of persimmon juice, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup. The counselors say that this will cleanse the vehicle. The kids that have been here longer warned us that there would be enemas in the future, but I think they're just trying to frighten us. Another kid was brought to the 3rd floor. No one knows what goes on there. How is the rest of the family? Your son, Kinji. So another heartbreaking tactic of the cult. They're probably not mailing those letters. Cutting off contact with the outside.
Get a hold of the kids.
Get rid of the internet. You cut off contact from the outside. You don't let other people talk to them as much as possible.
All right, let's get myself unlocked in there, unlocking the doors. And also, if we'd gone earlier, skipping a few things to try and make sure this stream doesn't last forever. It can be a fairly long mission.
I try to make sure the streams last forever to do with you guys.
Actually, let's go. So now we're looking for the keys for the drawers. All of these doors used to be closed, but now that we use the secret elevator, we managed to go into that locked room from another side, use the computer to unlock everything, and go around. So this is a small,
come home crying
home
after
theater.
School? You feel afraid. You feel heavy. You feel smothered. Looking in the mirror, you know there's more to you. Something beneath. We know that too. We want to help you unleash that potential.
Oh no. But I don't see. Oh, no.
There'd be something.
Oh, it's just a Japanese pamphlet. I already got one of these. Enough propaganda. Let's see. We're looking for A key. No, some of his doors still refuse to hold on, and mysterious fold holds the door closed. Ooh. Nope. But
A phone.
uncover the classroom.
Oh. There's a text written on this phone. Mom and Dad, don't be sad. We are not our bodies. We are made of stars. We can be more than stars. We can eat light. Going on a journey now. Don't cry. The great message is coming. I love you.
Oh, it's so creepy.
I just received
Really?
one of his messages myself.
Oh my god.
It's like perfect.
Don't answer it, Roman.
It's
Don't
probably,
answer.
it's probably my mum saying, "What the hell? Why did you just send me? What are you doing? Stop eating stars."
Stop eating. Roman, stop eating stars this instant. You don't know where those stars have been. We're laughing right now to cope with the creepiness.
I know. It happens. And I'm trying to... the keys can be in many places. I'm actually going to start skipping some of these letters. Yes, mother. Enough.
Hiya, Chuck.
Could it be? Could it be?
Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, that text was, I'm sure, partially inspired by, again, if you go to the Heaven's Gate website, you can look at some of the exit statements, which is basically just the little statements people wrote right before going on their journey, which was the mass suicide, and they're very cheerful, and it's a really weird read.
Where's the key, Josh?
I'm lost in the heavy nature of the material we're trying to cover here. I don't know. I don't know.
Let's actually go up there. I know there's
Another floor?
I don't think the key can be up there, but...
Oh, no. Lost letter number 4. Oh, letter.
I'm gonna go back to the ground floor and...
At night, Sabrina and I joined some of the others. Oh, mother and father. At night, Sabrina and I joined some of the others secretly and tell ghost stories. She's fascinating and terrified of Japanese urban she's fascinated and terrified of Japanese urban legends. Lately, we tell stories about the 3rd floor. We don't know what goes on there. Re-education, experiments. We have big imaginations. There are even rumors of the floor above 3rd. Normally, when someone misbehaves, they go to the 3rd floor and they come back hours later. They never say what happened, but Sajiko never came back. She was here when I first arrived. Some of the kids come from troubled homes, but Sajiko was the most troubled. Sajiko would sing sweetly to dead flies, but would throw a terrible tantrum if anyone tried to clean up her collection. Sajiko liked to play hide and seek. I felt pity for her. She never came back. Please write back to me, your son, Kinji. Would you just answer Kinji, for God's sakes?
I'm sorry.
Is this really okay? So, and I thought you and I, because we keep tarantulas, I thought you
Yes.
and I keeping roaches was weird.
Roaches, yeah,
Can you
yeah. She
imagine
sings to dead
keeping
flies.
dead flies?
Yes.
Kind of strange.
Yeah, we keep baby tarantulas, which is fun. And
Do you
very
na- do
very
you
little
name
work.
them?
Sylvanus Wallwalker and
Oh.
Nyarlathotep, Hotep,
There you
the
go.
crawling chaos.
I've lost the key. I can't remember. It's it can be in several places. I don't think it can be in the bottom. Can it? More creepy things happening down there.
More rabbits, more bright colors. Such a happy place.
I appreciate the colorful tile, like carpets and stuff. And there it's
Ah.
So we've seen some of the cult tactics on cutting people off and molding
got the
them.
key.
Oh, we
I
got the key.
nice. There. The key's in the Lord.
It's in the Lord. It was always
Nice
in the
try.
Lord, man.
Actually, an interesting thing while we're in the toilet there, it's actually talking about like.
Interesting thing while we're in the
No, we read there was a lot of things that we looked into, a lot of the Japanese law when we had in there. And there was there's some very very interesting Japanese ghosts, and for whatever reason they have a lot of toilet.
They do.
Toilet ghosts.
Japanese urban
Toilet
myths.
ghosts.
Japanese urban myths are great, and the main moral of them always is you're fucked. There's no way
Toilet
out.
ghosts.
There's
It
no
really
wrong.
is.
There's no right answer.
And
You're
they,
just doomed.
well, we do. We have one which is called like the red paper, blue paper, toilet ghost, and this is something we wanted to do. But sadly, we ran out of time, and we did some tests and didn't worked out too great, so we decided not to put it in. But to tell you, the idea was like you go into a cubicle, one of his stalls, and then you're gonna hear the person next to you asking you if you want red paper or blue paper, and if you answer that you want red paper, a ghost will appear, slitting your throat, getting yourself to bleed all over yourself, giving yourself like a blue the red paper. Or if you say blue paper, they will drown you in the toilet or asphyxiate you, turning you blue and giving you the blue paper. So the correct answer is saying either no paper or not answering at all, apparently. So just be rude. In
When
in doubt,
be rude
just
with toilet ghosts. All right.
Don't say the purple paper.
don't play the game. All right. After a lot of efforts, finally got my key.
Yay! Dun, 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 dun.
And the car to the third floor. So for any...
Third floor. There seems to be some trepidation with the kids regarding the mysterious third floor.
anyone who's observant, and they will actually notice that there is, supposedly no third floor. Like, if you start going up, you can see easily the first, second, where the third floor should be, and it's all boarded out, you can't see anything, and then a fourth and fifth and many floors above. If you actually try to go up the stairs as well, you will notice like there's nothing there. Like, you can't actually go anywhere. There's not even a piece of lore. It's just not good.
Lore's good. You should take it.
If you behave, I'll take one piece of lore.
One piece of lore.
One piece
One piece
of
of,
lore.
you've heard it first. Okay, so
stupid.
it's gonna be like we're gonna have to like cut that out, and it's gonna have
Oh,
to
what am I
be.
doing? We'll do a special lore stream.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you just go pick up.
We'll just pick up lore.
It'll be like all the guilty pleasures, like all the clusters out of a cereal, just a box of those.
Yeah, it's like reading the lore is like eating all of the marshmallows out of Lucky Charms.
There you go.
Yeah. It's the best part.
I hear
I
ringing.
hear it.
Ringing.
I hear it.
But I don't like sugar. I do, I'm lying. So again, one of these creepy shadow that we saw earlier, guiding you, trying to make you go through the doors. Phone calling us. See what they have to say.
What lies beneath?
I think he's telling you to watch that movie with
What lies
Michelle
beneath?
Pfeiffer. isn't it?
Clearly. Most of the plot is predicated on Michelle Pfeiffer plots.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
So I tried to use his disturbance in the air
Ah!
and an angry ghost
Who's
coming
that?
through. Well, she was going fast. In case, if I've learned anything so far, is I'm gonna have to open the doors on these floors. So let's do that first. And then whole bunch of things that we could do on this computer, but I'm gonna move a little bit because we've actually been doing this for a while now.
Yeah. So if you want to read even more of the horror, play the mission again.
Oh no. So this is what may happen to some of the
Someone got filthified.
yeah.
In fact, filth evolved. This is an extra developed filthy critter.
Cordyceps. In any case, let's find this key. There's nothing in there. There's something bad happening. Find a place to hide.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. I remember Kimji mentioning someone liked to play hide and seek.
Yeah.
Almost
Could
as-
it be?
Almost as if it was a very faint clue.
Sashiko, well, look at that. That story was told. I don't think she likes it very much when she finds people, so we're gonna play the game with her and then
Fun
try
fact:
to remain unseen.
in college, my brother had an ex-girlfriend, girlfriend from Japan named Sachiko, and I like to torture my brother.
What happened to the girlfriend?
Not this.
Not this. Okay.
Not this.
Did they ever play hide and seek?
Not when I was watching.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I asked the tough questions here.
You get right to it. You cut to the quick.
Alright. Sashiko left. We are safe to continue our search for the key. If I had the same luck I got on the second floor, that key is going to be in the last place I look.
So go there first.
Yeah.
No, we know what the last place you look will be. Look at the place before that.
That is true. Is it
What
underneath?
monster would
it is right
overturn a
there.
plant?
But no, I disturbed someone again. Let's just hide just in case.
I wonder what would happen if he didn't. Too scared.
So there's a lot that can happen here. Like, you know, we've said a lot of events. Like the first time, it's kind of guaranteed that Sashiko will appear. You know, just again, it's a way of us of teaching this mechanic of, you know, the hide and seek. It's not going to happen every single time on every single room where you're looking for a key. Like sometimes nothing will happen at all. Sometimes you're going to get just here, like, you know, just a small scare going to hide and then nothing happens. Sometimes Sashiko will go and really try to find you, like in a room. Searching for you for a while. Sometimes you just, you know, look in the room and say, he's not there, obviously, and then just walk away. So it's kind of it adds a lot to the replayability, and really not really, when you search this key, there's always going to be some kind of interesting gameplay and making sure you get the full experience. And I got lucky and got my key on the second try, so. Let's continue our ascension of the Fear Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The Dawn's Gate. Key card. Because I got the key fast, we're gonna reward ourselves with another little lost letter. Letter number 6.
Oh, this one begins differently. They all began mother and father before. Now it just says parents. This morning I shaved down with the razor, not up. I was gently reprimanded. I then sobbed in shame for half an hour, banging my head into the wall. What is happening to me? This is all wrong. The gentle shame, the idle threats, the controlling through anxiety, the dependence. None of us trust our own judgment anymore. I spoke out. I yelled at one of the counselors. They did not yell back. They smiled. I am to be sent to the 3rd floor. I don't know if I'll come back. Did Sachiko die up there? I know you won't answer this letter. I'm writing it for myself. Kinji. So he's received no responses, and he's getting
Poor Kinji.
Resentful.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's fine. Right? So we've seen, like in the 3rd floor, you saw in all of these rooms, the kind of examination rooms, and, you know, things that they may have done on the kids that was obviously not so good. Using my magic GM powers, you will actually notice that, you know, we're not lying. You actually are on the 3rd floor, so behind this boarded section. There is like a whole invisible floor. And now we got like a special key which allows to go like all the way to the top.
The level above.
The level above. And let's see what awaits there.
Just be so long. Counselor's Journal, page 7.
Let's see. Well, actually, I don't think I looked at any of the counselor pages,
Yeah.
so it's like the other side.
Counselor Journal, Hiroki. This is my final journal. How exciting! We have come so far. Our journey has just begun. I'm ready to rise above this level. I had a good life here, and if it was good here, it will be so much better up there. This is not a negative. This is a joyous time. We're going home. I will pass the test of Lot's wife. The razor goes up, never down. Dun, dun, dun.
The very
it's
end,
actually,
holding onto those shaving techniques.
Well, also, this is the final page from
From our female narrator.
little American teenager.
I think we missed one.
We missed a couple of them, actually.
Yeah, okay, so the one before this one, she's freaking out. She's like, I don't know what's going on. I think maybe they want to kill themselves or something. Like she's freaking out. She's like, I want to go home. So the last letter totally freaked out. This letter has a completely different tone. I feel better today. Kinji explained it all to me. Last night's panic, that was just the last of the fear evacuating. All that fear I was trained to feel, to worry that I was not worrying enough. I'm done with all that. I'm ready now. Letting go of the fear is one step. Letting go of everyone who gives you that fear is another. But you have to let go of everything human. That's the next step. Going to shed this gross body, going to be graceful. This world has failed. It needs a reboot. Nothing to be sad about. It's the great coming together. There's nothing to fear. Kinji said he would lay next to me. We're going to hold hands.
Aw.
Sniffle.
It's sad. Alright, let's see what that lore has to say.
We grabbed a lore. It's going to be like 3 words or something.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is the buzzing.
Look at all this lore I have. I already have like, this is my 3rd piece. I don't know what you guys
There's
are talking
no
about.
such thing as enough lore.
This is the final entry of the Fear.
Oh, it's the final entry. Yeah. So the buzzing says everyone ascended to the top floor, but not everyone wanted to drink from the cup. We can read the writing in the final note. The earth is a garden. The time is ripe. The eaters are coming. It is time to go. How did the shadows become affixed to the floor? Where did the little ones go? Spoiler, you just have to look up.
Alright, so we made it to the top floor. If we explore, I think we have some of John's point of view actually, right here.
No. This would have been the first issue, writing in John's voice.
It was, yeah. It's the first time we introduced the Black Signals version.
Ah, John says, those buzzing voices, they only see you as a ghost, drowning in meat. That's the one thing I agree with them on. But I'm here to tell you it gets better. There's a level above. All you have to do, listen, Chuck. All you have to do is hatch. Shed your shadow and you can fly to Never Never Land. See you, Chuck.
Alright. Alright, well, let's go and see and find the aftermath of the what happened to a lot of these students and the counselors.
And that's why I think the found documents horror of this mission works, because you go in and if you look up, you'll see some silhouettes. At some points, you can see shadows. And you get this horrible aftermath. So the written pieces take on a nasty, a scary context, and then it makes a more tragic context when you get to the end.
It was important to try and make them look like, a little bit like of a sun from the bottom, like you're looking up and you're like, oh, you have some nice silhouette on the rooftop and it's shining and it's all exciting. When you go up, realizing obviously they're corpses is kind of a weird final revelation.
Yeah.
Do you want to voice out this beautiful final message?
The earth is a garden. The time is ripe. The eaters are coming. It is time to go. So they went. Alright, well, let's use the laptop. So we've seen, throughout this entire place, we've seen a lot of angry ghosts. We got fairly commonly, like anyone who died some kind of unusual death tend to come back as a ghost. So this is sort of the final version of this. A lot of these ghosts who are gonna come out of bodies, attack you, and then they ghosts, they're already dead, so they don't really, you're not really killing them, you're sending them back to their bodies.
Well, they're
More and more of them. So here really was like kind of a gameplay of having like this kind of creepy behavior that they're gonna slowly come after you. Oh no! That's a lot of very angry teenager ghosts. So that's all of them coming up again now. And look at them all.
You know, someone.
Ghost assemble. And to get the Sum of Fears. So more, you know, they obviously a little bit too powerful for them, having GM powers and everything.
Oh no.
And the poor
They Voltron?
They totally
Voltron, yeah.
They Ghost-troned.
Alright, well, let's get some information. What happened in there? And let's not forget why we were here. We were still like looking for this kind of a common denominator in all of the missions. Like all of the missions have someone that you're trying to follow, someone who might be able to help you out and trying to get a name out of it. Let's see the exit statement.
It is important to know that this is not something negative. It is not traumatic. It is joyous. We do it of our own free will, and we help our fellows who are not so strong. This is not a religious doctrine. The planet is due for a cycling. The evidence is most complete. The dreamers awake and will fly, and we will fly with them in the next level of cosmic evolution. We are all made of stars. If anyone reads this and wakes up, we urge you to join us. Put your shadow on the floor with us. Family, wealth, position, possessions are all chains and distractions. Shed them. Your comfort here is an illusion, a comfortable hell. You've known this at every milestone of your life, all the grand steps, marriage, a new job, a child, retirement, school, etc. Every time, even as you smile, you feel quietly sad, quiet desperation. Your journey is halted by trinkets of this worldly place. Would you look back like Orpheus? Would you look back like Lot's wife? Would you let children and partners and parents hold you back? The all-important family is another trinket, another artifact of this broken place. We are excited. This will be grand. The earth is a garden. The time is ripe. The eaters are coming. It is time to go. This is our... we don't have to be afraid walking through the broken, haunted attraction of individuality anymore. This is our choice. This task is done.
Alright, let's see where we had. Yeah, Chuck is John.
John busted into this just to say hi.
So let's see the great message.
Tonight we send the great message. Tonight we explore the next level. Tonight we celebrate these brave astronauts and explorers who will travel beyond the horizon and into the light. And there is a list of many names present. There's a missing one.
Sao didn't make it. Sabrina and Kinji sadly were there.
No. I mean, yeah, they were there.
Is
Yuichi is missing.
John
is missing. Those are the ones who were supposed to be there and weren't. Yeah, someone later messaged me and said, you know, all the other horror and tragedy, that was all bad, but to them the worst tragedy is afterwards. They walked around and they didn't see anyone on the roof here holding hands.
No, it is. Yeah, it's
like,
actually...
Kinji didn't do it. She died alone.
And it's something I want to fix that we talked about this, and you know when we mentioned the different iteration that we went through each level, it's actually a lot of these things were already done before we went with the text.
That's true.
And that's why, like, when we went back, we had like all of this kind of art design made. And as you know, issue 9, this is when we're very, very stressed out on time and all those things. So we had all of this placed out, and then we never got a chance to go back and actually finish up that story. So we'll go back and find a place to put them without, you know, like...
You could have just pretended that it was all on purpose, and Kinji's just an asshole. It's like, go away.
I don't think so. From the you read, like I believe that story.
Right.
It's
Kinji,
so for this super genius wants to know if this is morning light just cleaning up, or is there significance to their deaths? Was it part of the plan?
Yes and no. It's a mix. They definitely had a purpose here. There was something spiritual that they were trying to do. Something involving the dreaming ones. It uses similar imagery that we see earlier, where in some of the lore and some other things, where it's the idea that like you can become like them and eat the stars.
Yeah.
Whether that's true or just something that the dreaming ones kind of infect people with is another story. Something did happen. I mean, they turned into ghosts, so maybe they were meant to do something else.
But this is definitely a cleanup as well. Like,
Yeah,
you know, you have.
I mean, they were done. They were done with whatever they were doing there.
There's a follow-up to this level with the clubhouse that you get in issue 10,
Mhm.
and the clubhouse is really one of the. It's one of the follow-up stage. You know, if we manage to get certain youth in there who show promises, we're going to send them to the clubhouse, get to their second trials, and see if we might be able to use them as then actual members of the Morning Lights, and you know, giving them like stronger tasks. And everyone who's kind of you know not really showing promise, that you know they brainwashed into a way who doesn't understand the true message into there, is kind of okay. Well, you kind of we don't really have a use for you anymore. So it's kind of there is definitely a sad but true clean-up version of them. You're like, oh, it's not about the youth entirely. There's a couple of extra things actually I wanted to show you, just because they're interested into how to get that feel and everything. There's a couple of extra concepts which I had, which I wanted to show. One of them, I think, you've already seen. I think it's one that we use for a loading screen in there, so you can recognize the entrance to the area, like so very, very colorful. All of the mascots and everything that we used earlier. Another concept that we have, this one is a lot more, that was for the mood, so there's, as you can see, it was very ambitious. There was a lot of things that we didn't quite manage to completely get, but it gave us like this feeling of very like vibrant colors and very nice and very large, like open area. And this is the kind of things that, you know, if you read the architects from Flake, Joe, this is like, you know, the concept I use in there to start making this room and making it happen, getting like the 3D version of the world working. So it's pretty neat. Like I like that concept. I think I thought it was pretty cool.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. It helps paint a picture of a cult that would realistically catch some people, like something pleasant and positive that they'd want to go to, as opposed to like, why would someone walk down here?
But. Big butt.
Big butt.
I have a song in my head now
No,
for some
I
reason.
can't imagine why. No.
We'd sing it or we'd get sued.
Copyright.
Yeah, I'd have. We just have to sing it out of tune, which is something I can do.
Oh, yeah, well,
Not a
there you
problem.
go. That's easy.
so tilts a lot.
Oh, great.
Oh man, that's awesome.
All right. I mean, that's pretty much everything I wanted to show. With I have an extra goal in there just to return to Damon to finish his mission. But that was what we wanted to show you about the Fear Nothing Foundation. So I hope that makes a little bit more sense into, you know, how to create the mood, the kind of issues that we had into, as I was saying earlier, creating the horror, making people care about the monsters. You know, having the whole third floor with Sashiko, who obviously died in there, like a violent death, became this very strong ghost, like unkillable ghost, who still wants to play hide and seek, and making people care, making people understand what stories, you know, understanding the story of Sabrina and Kinji really makes you care so much more about this level, and give you this kind of a feel of horror and sadness. I think they kind of closely tied to,
and it touches on some real world horror, which is extra scary.
Yeah,
but
if you haven't get really worth reading. If you enjoy this atmosphere, it's different because you have video games in reality.
But and it's, you know, it's heavy material, but I think that's a valid thing to use. I mean, that's just a way to deal with real world horror, is to stick it in these crazy stories and take away all its hit points.
All right, but moving on. So as I said at the beginning of the stream, there was
we got reveals.
A couple of reveals, some teases, not quite reveals. As you know, I mean, we're still working on the part 2 of issue 12. You know, the dungeon will be coming out as soon as it's done.
Holy crap! Really?
So that's a definite date that I will hold on to.
Diamond.
Well,
I forgot a small
that.
exit cutscene on.
Well, we kind of.
Yeah. Well.
And I really think if an apocalypse hit a city, people that are used to using gambling machines of any kind would still sit there and be doing this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that's realistic. I've been to casinos. I've seen the zombified creatures.
Oh, I know.
Using,
I've only been to casino twice in my entire life, and yeah, it's the little old ladies with like the whiskey and the cigarettes, you know, right on the slot machine.
Just.
It's not a pleasant sight.
No, yeah.
No. I don't think
So we have.
Yeah. I don't think we have sound on those right now.
We don't have sound on
I don't
those?
think we have sound on those.
Ah, okay, we tried it earlier. We thought it worked, so.
It should be working, but I don't think it is. There's sound in the client for some reason. I don't think it's transmitting it through the stream.
Okay. So we'll be looking into this for the next stream. Then I will just skip this section. We'll make sure that we have the cutscenes working because it's obviously a very important part of the secret world and the subtitles. I don't know why they always
They turn off.
Yeah. That computer hates me. There's someone. I think is it you coming back after we're just
all the time.
turning it off?
All the time.
Ron, anytime
Well,
anything
it
goes
does.
wrong in your life, you know.
That is true. Usually a little script note. But in any case, let's go back to us teases. So yeah, issue 12 Dungeons. We're working on it. I hope to have more to tell you about it. Hopefully in the next stream. We'll start doing bigger reveals. I think in the letter. Is it out yet or?
Today or tomorrow? No. So
Okay.
It might actually be tomorrow.
So we'll have the monthly letter coming out soon, which actually has a couple of information about the issue. So I'm not going to spoil it. Like let you guys find it up as part of the letter.
And then we'll have another one later in the month for.
But
September.
before that, new things are gonna happen.
Let's get some 1,200 bonus points going. Yeah, we still have points
All right.
to give away. We have points to give away still.
It's Laura. It's not me. She's
I know,
stalling.
I want
She's
you
like,
guys
no
to get
reveals.
some
You won't
points.
know anything. So.
Never, ever.
All right.
Let's, do your,
That's a
do your
tease.
Do your usual, raffle. Come on, guys. We have a raffle going. You know how this works. Type ! Raffle.
Go waffle.
Waffle does not work.
Waffle.
Waffle does not work.
It does.
Okay, go ahead, Sarah.
Secret waffle. All right. So the couple of things I wanted to show you is this coming up next week. So we're going to introduce a new bike. So a lot of military themed objects and items are coming up in the store. So everything is themed around this. It's around military. So you're going to be able to get like this outfit. You're going to be able to get this this really cool bike. I hope you guys can enjoy. But there's something even cooler coming out
What is it?
soon
Even
after,
cooler.
and it's gonna look like that.
So you're saying
What?
there will be a hoverboard in 2015.
We made it happen.
We did it, Doc.
Oh yeah. So we're currently working on the hoverboard. It looks really cool. As you can see in there, this is like an untextured version of the board. Like we have some really cool looking boards coming up. Didn't want to show you everything, so we just have went with that generic checkered box version. But the animations are in there. They're working. It looks really cool. I'm very excited to introduce this, and yeah, this will be coming actually very soon. Like it's getting very close to completion. So.
Super awesome.
Yay!
I can't wait to see what colors and designs there are.
We've made a lot. Like I don't know exactly which order we're gonna release them in, but there's some really cool looking ones. So.
Will they all be separate? Like just separate, like this board and that board and that board?
Yeah, same as the bikes. You're gonna be able to get, you'll there'll be several different boards, and then like a similar set of animations when you're on top of it. So there'll be your own customization there. Use the one you want.
It's awesome. I can finally ride a board
And that's
not
it.
break anything.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and there's no wheels, so you can't trip over stuff. It's kind of nice.
There's still walls that are a problem.
Can't do everything.
Let's see who won our raffle. Let's go ahead and do that.
Who's
because,
won?
We need someone. Arnbjorn. Arnbjorn.
Yarn.
That's awesome.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Arnbjorn. I will send you a message and get with you. I think I can give you your points. I know who you are, Arnbjorn. Lauren.
Stop saying his
Are
name
you
so many
kidding?
times. It's creepy. Laurie. Stop saying it, Laurie, all the time, Laurie.
Tilty, stop.
God.
Pick up the lore, Tilty.
Stop
Alright.
fighting.
Just because everyone's been so nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get pick up the lore?
Nah.
Oh, you are
Man.
evil. Man.
Psych.
Killing me. Oh, here's a actually, this is kind of an out of the blue question. When's our next Golden Weekend?
Don't look at me. It's just like.
Well, yeah.
Make these
Soon?
decisions.
I actually don't know, but probably we have a few. We have quite a few events like
Find out.
coming soon. I mean, with obviously, you know, we gonna prepare Halloween and everything. So I'm not sure. We might see if we can squeeze one earlier.
Should have a shadow weekend.
It's yeah, no, it's a good idea. I'll throw it up and see, you know, when we want to do the next one. Cool. I'm glad you guys asked.
So we'll
Do
be
you
back
have-
in 2 weeks.
We're
For
back in 2
another
weeks.
stream?
Was there any other questions or anything?
Yeah. Well, they think you're a tease. They're
Me.
back.
It's true.
Well. Oh, that's an interesting thing to consider. Golden weekends, what bullion and currencies are. We'll figure all that out for the next special weekend since we've made our currency changes. Yeah, we'll have to make some adjustments, but it'll be fine. Stay tuned for more information on those special events coming up between now and the end of the year, because Halloween's, you know, we're hot on the heels of
Halloween.
and that's your month. You're all about Halloween.
I am in season, just about.
I appreciate
It
you
will be
guys hanging
cool.
out with us today. Having a time, helping
Thanks.
us shoot.
Thanks for summoning us before you.
Well, but we gotta have one more sanity check. Oh, it doesn't look good. -3 on the sanity.
That's
after
the end of
today's
it.
Stream. All right.
Sorry.
And the
You-
stream and this way.
Don't forget you can catch us at thesecretworld.com and our various Twitter accounts to follow all the zany
Tweet us.
shenaniganery. Yeah.
Stalk
yeah.
us. Stalk
Follow us,
us.
tweet us, talk to us. We'll talk back generally, and you know, thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next time on the streaming ones.
So
Thank you guys. See you next time.